So as you can see here, ordered a carburetor because I've tried a lot of things to see why this thing is not wanting to start. So I figured we start with cleaning the old carburetor, which I did in a previous video, and in this video I'm actually going to replace this one with a new carburetor that I ordered, and I am going to show you exactly how I took off the old one and put on the new one. This is a Generac 5500. As you can see, there's two bolts right there and one bolt in the back, and you need a 10mm socket head, as you can see right there. Hopefully it's pretty clear for the camera. 10mm. Like I said, there's two screws in the front, or two nuts in the front, and then one additional in the back. There's also an air hose that kind of just sits through the top, and you just have to pull it out. It just sits in there. So as you can see from this angle, I'm actually removing the screw from the back side so that I can get this panel, this black cover off. Now, you're not going to remove it completely. All you need to do is just kind of, once you get the screw off, lay it over the top of the generator, which you can actually see me do just to kind of get it out of the way. And you can see that that little hose has already been pulled out. And again, like I said, that just sits inside there, that little hole at the top that you can see there. So now what I'm doing here, I am dismantling the fuel line. It goes from the petcock over to the carburetor, taking off my gasket here. The new carburetor actually came with 3 different gaskets. It came with everything else. It actually came with a spark plug and another gas line hose and gas filter, which I'm going to be putting on. But you'll see here in a moment where I'm going to have to trim the gas line hose just so that it fits a little easier. So as you can see, there are 2 connecting rods that connect the carburetor to the linkage. The silver one that you see me touching is what controls your throttle, and then the little gold color with the very thin one that I just disconnected, that one controls other linkage. So here you can see the carburetor is coming off, and just be mindful when you replace the old carburetor, there still may be fuel in it, so you may spill fuel. So set it inside a container or empty the fuel out of the carburetor that's sitting in the bottom of it. And as you can see, they are identical. And as you can see on the new one here, the hose is a little bit longer, so I'm going to end up having to trim that hose right about there so that it fits perfectly between the petcock and the new carburetor, as you can see here. So I'm going to take the little short hose off of the old carburetor that you see here on the end, a little short piece, and I'm going to stick that onto the new carburetor, and then I'll shorten the longer hose that's for the new carb. And again, this is not very difficult to do if you're comfortable doing it. If not, take it to a dealership or someone that works on small engines. It's actually pretty simple to replace the carb on this machine. And as you can see, I've already shortened the hose. I just used a pair of scissors. You can cut right through that rubber. And then you're going to have to connect your linkage back. The hardest one is probably this silver one, because you're going to have to turn the little mechanism on the top all the way clockwise to get the little silver rod to stick down in there. And the gold rod, or the gold linkage, you'll have to use a pair of needle nose pliers or some regular pliers to kind of bend it up and then hook it into the little hole that's already there for you. And you'll notice it when you take it apart what I'm talking about. So you can see everything is back together, so now it's just time to button it up and connect all my hoses and screws. So now here's the gasket. Like I said, it's pretty self-explanatory. They gave you 3 different styles of gaskets. I don't know why they did, but they did. And then just line it up so that it lines up perfectly with the holes in the opening. Once you get your gasket on, you're going to connect your air hose back through that little hole on the top that I just pointed to. And then you're going to take your 2 nuts, once you slide this black cover over the two screw holes. It can be a little tricky to get them lined up perfectly, but once you get it on, all you gotta do is put your nuts on and snug them down. One thing I will suggest while I'm tightening these nuts down, if you get a generator or really any kind of small engine, if you use regular gasoline, if you live in a place where you can get the recreational gas, I prefer that you use that, because anything gas that has ethanol in it, if you don't empty out your machine or run it regularly, especially with these generators, because a lot of times they sit in between uses, that ethanol stuff breaks down. It will gunk up in your carburetor, which will make the gases not flow so easily, which will cause you the kind of headaches you see me having right now. So again, put your air filter back on. This little black cover just kind of clips over the top, and then there's one single plastic screw on the bottom. And like, I don't know if I mentioned it or not, but they actually give you everything with this. They even gave me a brand new spark plug, so I decided to remove the old spark plug and put the new spark plug in. Why waste a good spark plug, right? I'm trying to remember what the size socket is. I want to say it's a 13th, 16th socket, deep well. And they have sockets that are made just for spark plugs. And again, it's not necessary to over tighten it, just snug it down good and tight. And be careful, because I've actually cracked the porcelain on one of these in the past, so that porcelain can be very fragile. And then once you get that done, all you do is put your boot on, and then you are good to go. You have replaced your carb. Fill it up with gas, turn your petcock valve on to get the gas flowing, and you are good to go. And that, my friend, is how you replace a carburetor on a Generac 5500.